Well, hello everybody. I guess you should be able to hear me now. We're going to be starting here fairly soon. Hey guys. Tonight, what we're going to be talking about in the show, which we'll be starting here in just a few minutes, is social media. I have created an app, and this app I'm going to run through really quickly and just talk about what's in the app. And then after I run through my little video spiel, we'll open a little chat and then we'll actually discuss the topic in depth. Me and my wife went to start a blog, a microsite. Can we do this for free? Yes, you can do that for free. We'll talk about that in the show. I'll make sure I've addressed that. That'll cover, I'll lead to that a little bit. Even though our show tonight's about social media, we'll be talking about how to set that up. Once we get to the question and answer section, which will actually be pretty quick, I've changed the format of these shows. Let me see my time. Now we got time. Okay, so the format of the show will be as follows. I do this little helpful tips starting soon thing, and this will run for a few more minutes. Then there'll be a countdown. Then we'll go to the live screen. I'll introduce myself. I'll tell you guys what the show is about. Then we'll chat for a moment. We'll give some people time to come in, but not too long. And then I'll go where the chat's not even visible, but the moderator will be able to address you in chat on YouTube. But my little spiel, boy, I'm hot. This is why I do a pre-show so I can cool off. My little spiel is only like 3 or 4 minutes long at most, I think. I think it's 4 minutes tops from start to finish. And basically, I just tell you what's in the app. After I tell you what's in the app, it basically tells you how to set up. The app itself already has everything in it, all the information you need to know how to set up social media. So there's not really a lot of time that I'm going to spend talking about the actual setup of social media. I'll probably in the chat be talking more about things that you can do with it. And then, of course, we'll make sure that we address microsites and websites and blogs, because that's all part of social media marketing as well. So we'll be starting that fairly soon. Let me peek around a little bit and see what's going on here. Let me check some chats real quick and see how things are going. All right, I'm just catching up on the messages and checking the chats. Everything seems to be pretty good here. I will be, just so you guys know, if I don't mess it up, I will be over here in Facebook. I don't know if you guys can see that on this little tiny screen, but I'll be over here on Facebook. I probably won't be adding too many things today. On some of the more complicated topics, there's a whole bunch of links to put in. But like I said, I have made some changes to my business to make these shows much easier for my moderator and much easier for my viewers. Every show I do, I'm going to talk about this again, but every show I do, I create an app, which basically tells you what to do. Now, some of these apps do a lot of the things for you. Majority of them just lead you to free sites and blogs and different things. Some of mine, most of which are not. Most of which are PDFs and where I got my information. But if you just go down the app, reading messages. If you just go down the app and any of the apps I create, if you just go down the app, click every single box and link, all the videos play either in the app or you can make them full screen or you can go to the site, whatever you want to do. All of them you slide through. On a PC, they work on any mobile device. All of my apps, including my paid fancy smancy apps, which are still very basic, I chose to use cloud apps, and I did that for a reason. I wanted people that didn't have any money to be able to download my stuff and use it. Well, there's no thing to download. You just save the link for any of my apps and they will work on your computer. You can save them in your browser. You can save them. You can put them on the desktop on your phone, or the, screen on your phone. And they're all free. And I keep them up to date all the time. And many apps are all found at one site. And we'll give you that site when the show starts. Moderator will stick that in there. Basically, you can find it, though, if you go to keywebco.com. Just click on the menu at the top. It's a little black box. Scroll down till you see Keywebco apps. Click it. It will take you to a site. Probably will load slow because I've embedded these apps. All of these apps will work on the web page that opens. Each of those little squares, I put 2 in a row, but each of those little squares, you can scroll up if you're on the phone. If you're on the computer, just put your mouse over it and click the little arrow, and the apps will function and work all within the website. So you can actually use all of the apps together without ever leaving the website page. Makes it very easy. For example, if you look back at some of the shows I've done, how are we doing on time here? Oh, we're doing great. If you look back at some of the shows I've done, we will cover. We've already covered several topics. We'll go over those again. And from basically this show on, this is the format that we're going to do. And I'm going to cover sometimes 2 topics a week. We go through it all. The mistake I was making in my previous show, let me look at the time. We're doing good. The mistake I was making in my previous show was people were asking questions that would have been answered within a few minutes of my video going. So they were asking questions and getting them answered in the video, but then afterwards they were overwhelmed with information and they couldn't focus on a particular question that would be of value. That's what I noticed. They're getting overwhelmed with a little info because I was trying to teach everything in my videos. Well, I can't do that. I can't cover an entire topic in 5 to 10 to 20 minutes. So I decided to create the app to put the in-depth information, links to the blogs, links to things, so it's easy. You don't have any difficulty finding out what you need to know. So that's why I created all these apps. So really the most important takeaway from my shows is to get the links that my moderator is going to share, because anything that I cover, you can follow up either in the blogs at keywebco.com or the apps that I create for each show, because they cover each topic in it. So it'll make the time online more enjoyable. I won't be sitting here having to explain all kinds of technical details, which I can explain much better written out in a blog or an app or a YouTube video. Alrighty, well, let me see how things are going here. I don't want to really, we've got a couple minutes, but you know what? I think I'm just going to get this ball rolling. I really like to start on time or a little bit early. So let me go back to Facebook. Hold on, make sure I am over here in case anyone needs to chat with me. Come on, let me write here. Starting, okay. All right, so we are going to be starting. The chat is working. So here we go. This should be a lot of fun tonight. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Helpful Tips. Tonight's show, we are going to cover several topics, but mostly the topic that we're going to cover is social media setup, how to do it. I've created an app for everybody that I'm going to give away for free. Of course, all of my apps are given away for free. You will get links throughout the show. They'll appear on the screen no matter what site you're on. But on Thursdays and Tuesdays, no matter where you are seeing me streaming worldwide, and guys, we are on a lot of networks. I add a new one almost every week. But while we're streaming worldwide, I need you on Thursdays to go to the Keywebco YouTube channel. I am in desperate need of subscribers. Hey, helpful tips popping in. That is our moderator in there. Wonderful person. Go check out her businesses too. Just do a search for helpful, perfect tips for you, and perfect finds for you, and you will find some cool websites. Now, that website that Perfect Finds put up there is Helpful Tips. That is our website for all of these shows, but you will also find a plethora of information in there. There's one link in there that says do more. You'll see the image, can't miss it. It's great big do more. Well, once you click that do more image, it's going to load. It's going to load very, very slow. Again, I am not designing some of my things for SEO and for my own benefit in business. I am designing them to give you a wealth of information all in one place. That is the app link. That is very important. She'll probably put that in several times throughout the night, because no matter what we talk about, no matter what I've talked about in the past, and actually a few apps, I always build a few apps ahead of the show. Then the night before, I go in there and fix those up a little bit so they're even better. And one more little word of advice before we get going here on the video. One more little word of advice is I will eventually, it's going to take me some time, but I will eventually go back after 30 days and add all of the links of the videos pertaining to the apps that I've created on a very last screen. So you don't even have to go searching through my previous shows, which is a little problematic on YouTube. All of them do have my show topics on title, but YouTube search engine isn't the best for pulling out the individual episodes. So I am bypassing their need for search by basically giving you everything in an app. So you can still access my YouTube channel eventually in the bottom of the apps, but that's not there yet. This link that my excellent moderator, who does a great job, by the way, just stuck in there that's got a lot of code after that. That must be from her share link. I'll have to make some bit.ly links so they're not so long. But that link in there, it will still work, I hope. It should. That link in there is for the social media app that we are going to cover in just a moment, which means that link probably have to be put in again. All links will disappear. Any information on the screen when I go to the video, and then when I go off the video back into our chat, it'll be all fresh again, so the links will have to be repeated. But that's no big deal. Mostly the important link is to look at the apps, because that's where the information is. That's why everybody's here. Alrighty, guys, I am starting to see some numbers of people getting in on the other sites. I do hope people follow me over to YouTube. We have 70 subscribers. That is not accurate. We have 73. I keep forgetting to change the little button thing. I don't know why I keep forgetting to do it. Yeah, it's supposed to do it automatically, but it does not. All right, now all those links are going to have to go in there again. Yeah, see, I figured it was the sharing. You probably shared it. You probably shared it from that email, and it was giving you the email tag. This is an FYI. Alrighty, guys. Now, I am ready to rock and roll. I am going to go into the social media app. Now, I'm going to give you, again, a word of warning. You are more than welcome to chat and put your chat in anywhere. But during the time this video that I'm about ready to play is playing, your chat is not going to appear anywhere on the screen. It will appear whatever site you're on YouTube or Facebook. So if you're chatting away with each other, that's fine. Just realize if you want it on the screen where I will actually see it, the moderator will see it if you're on YouTube. But if you want me to see it on Facebook, I will peek over here and look after the video is over and try to address anything. But as soon as this little video clip is over and we go into the chat, which is where we'll stay most of the time this evening, as soon as that little video is over, then all of your comments, no matter where you do them on Facebook, as long as you're on my personal page, and YouTube and Twitch, and we can just keep naming them all those chats will appear on here. Okay, this is where I take a little breather. Live on my show. Yes, I do. I take a little breather. I drink a little coffee. Because this next spiel, I want to try to make as nice as possible. And let me tell you why. Lovely coffee. My employee made that for me before. I told him to make it really good. It is. All right. Let me tell you one more thing before I get all up into this. Okay. We're going to be discussing social media. Now, social media sounds like a singular topic, but it is involved in every aspect of your business. We are going to try to cover in the video just the app, what's included in the app. As soon as we get over into the chat window, if you are watching this show and you have a social media Facebook business page, do not put personal pages in here. That's not a good idea. You should never really share your personal page around. You should share your business page. If you have a Facebook business page and you want to put it in the chat of any place this streams worldwide, it, of course, after the video is over, won't appear on the screen. However, will appear in the chats and will be embedded in blogs and apps and everything in the future. So feel free at now or any time in the future to place a link for your Facebook business within these chats. Now, I don't like those little spammy chats here. Follow me, I'll follow you. However, people love that stuff. And actually, if you're just following Facebook pages, not sharing stuff that you're not engaging, but following Facebook pages, that actually does you some good. So I'm going to double duty my shows. So everybody that pops in will have the opportunity to share each other's Facebook business pages. So not only in this video are we going to cover apps and do all that, each week I'm going to call out for anyone who watches this video at any time now or in the future to drop something in, a link or a comment or a picture or something. But you're going to drop a link to your Facebook business page. Please, if you are watching any of this or seeing the stream and you want to drop your links in at any time, even if you don't drop your Facebook business page link in, please do the courtesy of sharing and following all of the Facebook pages that will appear now and in the future. I will try to notice them in my, because I'll get tagged sort of when a comment is made. I have thousands of posts, but I do stay on top of it. If I miss it, I just send me a PM eventually. Like if you go back and it's like, that SOB did not follow my page after he told me to go follow everyone else. It's probably because I just missed it. So if I do, send me a private message, but I do stay on top of things. Okay, here we go. There's Perfect Spots for You Facebook page. That's awesome. We'll be sharing that around later. I will put mine in after it's all over. And I have 16 of them. So I'm not only going to put probably just the helpful tips one and maybe the group. And that my moderator will put in. And then I'll probably put my Keywebco business page or maybe my app page. So it'll be more useful to people. Doesn't matter where you follow me. As long as you follow me and I will follow you back. It could be one of 16 pages or it might be all 16. If I really like your site, you get 16 likes in one whop. All right. I'm trying to psych myself up for this video because eventually I'm going to edit these and these little videos. I will cut out all my show and just put the primary data in the bottom of the app so you don't have to watch my whole show. It still will be on my page, so I'll still get the traffic. All right. Are you guys ready? Do you think I can handle it? Do you think I can spiel my way through this app that I created? Okay, let's give it a whirl, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this. It is pretty easy to use. The app link will not be available during the app video, but afterwards, my moderator gets the lovely joy of slapping all that stuff back in there again. See, it's hard to be a moderator because every time I change, everything changes along with it, just like business. All right, here we go. We're going to start this app thing, and I'm going to try to do a good job. All right, we are here. This is the social media app produced by Keywebco.com. Check out Keywebco.com. It's got all kinds of stuff. All right, here we go. Social media, what is it? It is everything. Look at all those little dots. That is a fraction of what is considered social media. These streams are social media. Instagram, social media. Facebook, social media. Everything social media. Why? Because it is media that is social. That's exactly what it means. Social activity gets you sales. So let's talk about that. In my app that is free and you can easily get, we start off with Facebook. Now, this is the procedure you're going to set up all your business if you haven't already done it. I have 16 Facebook business pages. Now, why do I have so many? Each Facebook business page has a point, has a purpose, has a customer base, and more importantly, has content for it. Twitter is freaking awesome. Twitter's been around forever. I don't like Twitter that much, actually. I find it to be a little bit silly. Um, but some of the things I tweet about. But I'll tell you this, it is a great place for your automatic shares and content to be auto fed into that's pretty good that you can share around. Instagram, okay, guys, after this video, you guys have got to take a peek at my Instagram. All of my little mini marketing videos are used on Instagram, and then I use IFTTT, which we'll get to in a minute, to share that Instagram data and high quality videos it sends out all over your sites. That's where all my marketing is done on Instagram. Pinterest. Now, this is the cash cow. If you are selling products, I don't care what products you have. I don't care if they're blogs even or affiliate websites. Pinterest is the cash. Why? Because products don't get looked at hardly at all unless you do something snazzy, except on Pinterest. People go there looking for products. That is the place. All right. YouTube. Obviously, I do shows on YouTube. Now, just because you're doing a YouTube setup does not mean you have to do all these fancy shows. But if you're listing products, there are free apps out there, and I'll talk about that in the chat, that all you got to do is take the product images already in your phone, make a slideshow of 20 or 30 of them, no music, push play, upload that to YouTube, and guess what? You get people shopping at your store. LinkedIn. Now, my LinkedIn is very underdeveloped. LinkedIn is your business site where people find out who you are. Keep it very business site. Do not spam a bunch of crap to LinkedIn. You will be blackballed sort of by other businesses. Trust me, you want to get a wholesale contract to carry Tiffany glass or Cartier, they'll look at your LinkedIn. Now, this is the power right here. In this app, I'm going to hit this topic, and we're going to have to talk about this on another show. Triggers for IFTTT. This is what allows you to be inhuman, mean do more than what a human can possibly do. For example, let's go back to that Twitter. You can do a trigger in there that will thank all of your followers, your new followers, for following you in an appropriate way. You'll get good responses. Like I said, you can make money. Pinterest is the social media site. To do that, you can become a Keywebco affiliate. That is keywebco.com. Check out my affiliate program because you can send those links. If someone buys them, you get paid. Alrighty, guys. Well, that is it for this app. I hope you enjoy it. You can find all of my apps. You can get the link either from this post or look in the comments where this is shared around, and I'm sure you'll be able to find it at keywebco.com. You can go to the menu, hit on the menu, scroll down to Keywebco apps, and every app I create is in there. They are all free. You just scroll through, click what you need, and learn what you got to have. All right, thanks a lot, and I hope you enjoy using our apps. Alrighty, I did my spiel. How did I do? I cranked that sucker out. I went through that spiel so quick. Now let's get something on here. Now my moderator has the joy and privilege of putting all of the links of everything we've discussed so far all back in there. Now these links are going to stay in there for the remainder of the show pretty much until we do the last little bit. All right, so I'm just going to say hi to refresh that chat a little bit. There we go. We refresh that chat. I am going to go ahead and type one link in here. We're going to go ahead and just type that keywebco.com because that is so easy, and I can do that without paying attention here on Facebook. Now, keywebco.com there. Thank you so much. You don't have to do the keywebco.com. I just stuck that up in there. Now, let's get back to social media. If anyone has any questions, this would be the time to ask them because I don't charge when we're on video. I'll answer anything you have. It could be about any question. Now, I did promise someone at the beginning of the show, before we even got started, how social media and that app that I have and all those other apps I have can be useful. How social media can relate to starting a blog and making money, getting a website and making money. Social media is how those blogs and websites make money. It is the tool in which you use the content that you create, not the products that you sell, but the content that you create on your website or on your social media page and share to another. That's how you use social media to sell things, do your blogs, let people know who you are. Now, you can do that in a little way, or you can do what I tell you and go do more. And that is the trick. You must do more because trust and believe. Let's say you're selling these fidget spinners. Now, by the way, you can get a free fidget spinner. All you got to do, send me a private message after you subscribe to the Keywebco YouTube channel. That's all you got to do. Doesn't cost anything. Then all you got, well, no, it does cost you because you'll have to send me a PDF with the shipping. I don't pay the shipping, but I will give you a fidget spinner. Now, if you send me a priority mail envelope PDF label, cost you like $6, I will fill that sucker with these. I have thousands of these. All right, so that's enough of my little fidget spinner spiel. So you want to sell these fidget spinners. Let's say you list them on eBay. Well, great. Good luck with that. You'll never sell a one. Why? Because that's all tied up from a company that sold millions of them. They don't have any hassle, no muss, no fuss, and eBay probably gets their cut by investing in that company. You going to beat them in search? I don't think so. So, it would be a waste of time to list this on eBay, right? Well, yes and no. You can list it anywhere you want if you want to pay 10% for nothing, okay? So if you have this listed on eBay and you're paying your 10% for nothing because you're not going to come up in their search. I mean, I can just tell you that. I mean, that's not pigeon logic. I can prove it. Okay, so you're not going to come up in search selling this product. Not unless you happen to have millions and have been selling them for years. So you're not going to come up in search. But let's say you got your free listings. You're not maxed out like most of us. So you've got your free listing and it was easy to list on eBay. So you got it sitting there. Now, how on earth, if you're not going to come up in the platform that you're selling on search, and it sure as heck is not going to come up on search on Google because it's not even really being pushed. It's part of a product catalog. That means only the top one even shows on Google. So what does it matter if it's pushed there if it doesn't show? Come on. So you're never going to sell this. But that's not true. You could probably outsell what they sell on eBay. Now, how would you do that? How would you do that? Well, you would use social media. And you would do something that you cannot do on a product catalog. You'd offer something more. Doesn't matter what it is. You do more. Just like I tell you, everything's about doing more. Now, what can you offer more using social media and a website for this fidget spinner than you can on the platform? Well, you can tell them you know all about fidget spinners. You're just not buying it from some group conglomerate platform overpriced so you can get it in an hour. Might take a little longer to buy it from your website or even from Facebook. You might not see it for a day or so. Oops, look, I got to ship something. Well, so what? They're paying a fraction because you're not paying that 10%. But let's say you are paying that 10%. So you got a markup of 10% already competing with me. You'll lose. But if we were competing on the same product, maybe you have a customer base that I don't. And that is what social media means. I produce content to sell my products. If you're doing anything other than that, you're kind of wasting your time. Unless you have a niche that you can really draw a brand into that. Now, that's a different thing. But the content of your website, the content of your blog is what comes up in Google search. Now, that has nothing to do with where it's listed or what UPC codes are in there or how fastly you ship or who else is invested. That's because a buyer is going to Google and they're saying, I want a fidget spinner. Now, what's going to come up? Yeah, the big conglomerates. You're going to have Amazon's product review and eBay's top promoted product and probably some on Etsy that are overpriced and handmade. Maybe there's a company that's managed to corner Google's search engine for the moment. That's what's going to come up at the top. But you know what's going to be mixed right up in there or maybe even above it? The store owner that takes the few minutes to take the listing he's got on eBay, take that competition's listing, that big Amazon listing, and happen to get a little affiliate link if you can swing that. And then they put that affiliate link from that big Amazon seller. Then they go to keywebco.com. I don't carry these crap. But if I did, then they go to keywebco.com and they put my affiliate link in there. Then they go to the eBay store that they have. And they do a search in the eBay store, in their eBay store. And they put the results of that search in that website. Once they put the result of that search in that website, anytime your products change or anything else, it makes no difference. because all it is giving the results of someone going to your eBay store and searching for the item that they are looking for. And that won't happen on eBay unless you give them an opportunity to find you. So that's major, guys. Now, you want to do that for free. That can be done. I did it for free for years. Now, there's two types of free. There's free that works. There's free that doesn't work. There's free that costs you a little bit of money. And then there's free that is not free. And that's what most people try to hook you in. Now, I'm going to tell you all three methods right now. Even though we're talking about social media, we're going to jump off social media for a second. Sort of, but not really. You need a website. I have a website service. I charge you $225 to create you a free, notice I said free, website. Now, that is a baseline website on Strikingly. You will set up your own website on Strikingly, but it'll be a personal one. Don't set up your own business website and not have the SEO correct from the get-go. That is a very bad decision. So, if you're going to do it yourself, get a Strikingly website. You can get the link from me. There's no affiliate. Well, I think I do get an affiliate kickback if you use my links or something. I could care less. But go to strikingly.com. Check it out. Get it. It's free. It won't cost you a dime. Get a Strikingly website. It will want you to build one. Try to build one, but build a personal website. Put your name with a dash in the middle. Like mine would be roger-keyserling.my, or I think they call it mystrikingly.com now. This is the one they assign you. It's still strikingly.com though. So now mine is not, I don't even think it's active. I shut mine down a long time ago. That was my first website. Create your personal website first. Screw around with it for a while. Show me what you've done. I'm not going to charge you. Show me what you've done for your personal website. I'll look at it. I'll tear it apart. I'll look at the code. I'll see all the stuff that's in it, and I'll make some suggestions. Play with your personal website. Learn how to do it. If you learn how to do it where you do not need anything but my advice, bingo, you just made yourself a website for free. And it's always free. Now, that's the free website. We're going to go back to that Strikingly site in a little bit. Remember, that's totally free. You don't even have to pay me to set it up. You set up your own. I'll help you learn how to do it. If you just want it out of the box, ready to rock and roll, where you just have to fill a few things in, you pay me $225. We transfer a site that I pre-make for you, and I include all your graphics for social media also, and your site, and moving logos and animations. I'm very good at this. And I'll do that for you right out of the box. But I'm not really trying to sell websites right now. We're talking about social media. So that's the freebie Strikingly site. The other freebie site, which all of my apps that you're looking at and using today are created on, not every app I do, but all the ones that I'm using for my shows are on AdsMe, ADSY.me. That doesn't have to be an app. That can be your eBay stuff mixed in with some blogs, mixed in with a YouTube video. Let's say you're selling Tommy Hilfiger comforters. You want those Tommy Hilfiger comforters to get engagement on social media. You want them to get found on Google. Go to freeadsy.me. I think I'm making an app for that too later. And set up an AdsMe microsite. It's totally free. Very easy to do. But I'm going to talk about that now. So you set up your AdsMe microsite. You take and you have your products. You have some YouTube videos. You can write a blog, mini blog. You can actually do it right there in the app. You don't even have to have a blogging website. If you look at my apps, you'll see these little gray boxes that you can scroll through. That's actually a full blog, and it gets read just like a regular blog. Now, it does take longer to index than a regular website. You cannot embed or put pictures. It's just for text. It's very simple. But, you want to say something on your little picture that they can read, scroll through. You can put text on there. You can put blogs. It's great. So what's going to happen when someone, let's say I made a microsite about this little fidget spinner that I keep spinning. When someone goes to Google and says, I need a fidget spinner, Google search is going to look at them and say, okay, what will they spend? Where do they want it? Do they ever order from China? No, they don't order from China. They want it in the U.S., and they normally would spend like $5 or $6 on something they could go to the gas station and get $1 for. I don't understand that, but it happens. So what's going to happen is it's going to find the most relevant information about fidget spinners, not the most relevant thing to get them to buy fidget spinners. That's the confusion a lot of people have that are online. They think that Google is trying to sell their crap. Google could care less if you sell a darn thing unless you're on Google Shopping. What they want is their person using the search to get exactly what they're looking for. Not that they're trying to buy it, but they get the information so they can make an informed decision. That's what search is designed to do. Keep that in your mind. So they go to Google and they say, I need a fidget spinner. So Google sees that they pay about $7. They know the value if they are going to buy a product. That's part of the figuring in, but not all of it. What it sees is this little microsite that has links to 16 or 5 or however many different sites, and not all the owner of the microsite. Maybe a few items are theirs. The rest is all affiliates to all different sites, or even just links to where they can get a good deal on something you don't carry. And then there's a YouTube video in there showing all the little tricks that you can do. And then there's a medical report that tells you that this actually doesn't help you at all. I don't know if you really knew that. It does psychologically a little bit, but technically these really don't help you very much. They're supposed to cure ADHD or whatever, and it doesn't. But that's all data. You'd put that in there. And they'd say, oh my goodness. Now remember, this is an algorithm, but I'm making it easy for you to understand. So the numbers would look at it and say, oh, guess what? Not only is this site putting all the places where they can buy it, all the information about it, all the things it can really do, they're also putting the real information in here that tells you it really doesn't help you with the medical stuff, and that's not in my description. Now, what does that algorithm do then? It sends that right up, sometimes above the Amazon product review. Why? Because I've included data that is relevant about the product, current, and well referenced. That will beat any product listing on the planet. That will beat any product catalog on the planet, because it is those catalogs as well as relevant information combined in a free site that is easy to use and super simple to index. It's not even a full website. A microsite, your keyword is fidget spinner, maybe DHD or whatever the hell it's called. Okay, that's it. So it's primed and ready to go. Now, that microsite, here's words of advice, just so you know. Your website, your platform, 30 days, index, it's in the search. Someone goes back to it, it gets indexed every time someone goes back. You're up and running in about 30 days. Microsites are very specific to keywords. They get scrutiny as they get indexed, so to speak, because remember, I tell you they're going to come up at the top. So you're talking 60 days before the first indexing is probably complete. You'll probably have 10 to 20 or 30 people that have already seen your social media marketed microsite, Pinterest marketed microsite, because you market those just like you would a product or anything else. That's probably going to get seen long before it's even fully indexed by Google. But trust me, once it's fully indexed, I have microsites that do very well. Even if you just type in my business name, sometimes my microsites will beat my website. That's domain is worth like $2,700 now. Just keywebco.com. I think it's $2,700 now. Might be more. Okay. You don't get that value on a domain unless people are using it. How did I get that? I got it for free. Now let's get back to that social media. I got it for free because I used to do, and you can probably, if you know me long enough, probably remember, before I started all this live streaming and all this stuff, I was just selling on eBay. I had a Strikingly website, a free version. Now my Strikingly websites now cost me $200 a year for everything you see that I create. That's cheap. $200 a year. I can embed. I can do anything you can do on any platform. I can have Google AdSense. I can embed PDF files with a click of a button. Strikingly is a bomb, guys. I picked the most economic with every bell and whistle. Look at my visual arts. That should tell you something. Visual graphics, moving, marketing. It's all social media designed. Even how I designed my global store, keywebco.com, is designed to be effective on social media. Social media. How many sites are there again? I'll tell you, it's almost unlimited because once you start delving into what actually is engaged on the platforms, as well as engaged on Google, as well as engaged on the social media site itself, every one of them has their own bots, their own little brains analyzing your fidget spinner, analyzing your post, analyzing your comments, finding out who else would want to know it. So everything is the same. And how did these networks develop? How did these networks develop? Think back. First, you had your what is that? AOL with these little chat rooms and stuff. And then we've got Facebook. Then you've got well, you had Twitter, I think, even back before that. I don't remember the order right off the top of my head, but you have all these things that developed a long time ago, and basically they were all chat rooms. Everything was developed to get one person talking to another. Now, considering that is the basis of the algorithm, it went from one person talking to each other to like what eBay did. Two people that are equal used to be. Two people that are equal, the buyer, the seller, interchangeable, exchanging products. Facebook, years later, goes, wait a minute now. These platforms are making all this money putting the links on our social media site. And it's our social media site that gets the engagement and activity that gets registered by Google and all these other things. And that's why these businesses are successful. Well, hell's bells, we can't have that. So guess what? Now you've got Facebook groups you can buy and purchase in. Of course, that's a rocky road. But you know what? You can have a 100% social media store and be very successful on Facebook. You could even do it on Instagram. Every single platform, even Twitter, put their little finger in it. I wouldn't mess with Twitter. But every one of these platforms, within no time at all, hey, cut it out. Dog's messing with stuff over there. Every one of these little platforms, within one time or another, will have their own full business market. So guess what? Social media is the integration of Google search because of engagement values. That's what it is. That's why you use it. It's also a platform to communicate directly to customers that you may or may not know. Now, even with the restrictions and the changes and all the rules and the things you got to do on social media, if you are not using every one of the minimum, remember this app is including the minimum social media sites that you need. All right, now I'm going to cover IFTTT. I do not see questions coming in here, so we're going to be ending here pretty soon. IFTTT is the drama of it all. At least it's an easy app for you to use. I have a app for that always. I always have an app for that. Just go to my keywebco.com site, hit the menu, and then scroll down to it says Keywebco apps. So IFTTT can confuse the hell out of you. I'm not going to get deep into it. Basically, I have a show about it. You can look it up. I have blogs and all kinds of stuff, and it's even the information's here in the app. But basically, if I am going to sell this fidget spinner on, let's say, eBay for just for fun, I list it on eBay. I share it to Pinterest. Guess what? I'm done. No, wait a minute. How can he just say he has to market all over social media and doing all this stuff, and all he said he did was drop this one little freaking item over into Pinterest, and now he's done? How can he be done? Well, because I have a machine doing the rest for me. Now, I'm not telling you to follow this pattern, but I'm just naming this out so you know how it works. I listed this on eBay. I'm going to get advanced with you just so you understand this a little better. I have an RSS feed that automatically every new item that I listed on eBay would go to Pinterest. I have another trigger on IFTTT that every item that appears on that one Pinterest board goes to another Pinterest board. Then I have another trigger that sends that same one item that just went from one board to another board, to another board, to another board. And then it hits the last board that I'm going to put in that sequence. Then I have another trigger that sends it from the Pinterest either over to Instagram or Twitter. Now, this is not the exact order. Let's say Twitter. It goes over to Twitter. I have a trigger that every time an item goes into Twitter, it goes to Tumblr. Then I have another trigger that anytime an item goes to Tumblr, it goes to probably something you never heard of, Telegram. Probably never heard of it. Then it goes from Telegram and it makes a WordPress post. Anything that makes a WordPress post goes to another one and makes a Blogger post. Anything that makes a Blogger post ends up going from Blogger, and let's say dead ends. You always have to dead end everything. Let's say dead ends on a Pinterest board. That doesn't have any triggers. All I did was share one item, a few milliseconds of my time, to Pinterest. That's how I am able to market to the entire globe and not be totally insane. I'm just a little insane, but not totally insane. I work insane hours marketing. That's all I do. I have a VA that I pay. His entire job is my cash cow, Pinterest. If you want to share product images around and you think you're going to make a living on Facebook or Twitter or anywhere else doing that, you are sorely mistaken. You must do that on Pinterest. Now, believe it or not, once you've done that on Pinterest and you decide to take that Pinterest pin and stick it over on Facebook, those Pinterest bots and those Facebook bots are all mixed in together, and bots make lots. So do that. Twitter. Twitter has its own following and market. Make an automated correlated paper. You can do that at Paper.li. Paper.li. You go to Paper.li, you hook your Instagram account, your Twitter account, and your Facebook account. Every 24 hours, poof, everything you posted on all those sites makes a paper. Make sure you add then some of the feeds that I provide you at Keywebco.com. As a matter of fact, if you had a brain in your head, you would make this so easy. I'm telling you how to be lazy, and I don't care. You can copy my stuff all you want. Go to my Paper.li. It's called the Daily Edition. You can find that at Keywebco.com. I believe I have an app for that. So go to the Daily Edition. You're going to see a little RSS feed button on every one of the topics I have, or my entire paper. Most people just do my entire paper. You grab the RSS feed from my paper, you add your links to your Facebook, to your Instagram, to your Twitter into that feed, and you've got the best selected, most reputable content, because I'm good at what I do. You have excellent feeds of content that will provide you every single topic, as the New York Times would provide, every 24 hours, brand new in your site. And guess what's mixed in there? All of your products and items that you've posted on Pinterest or wherever, whichever feed you decide to give it. I believe they have a free version where you don't have clickable ads. Mine is paid, I think, $10 a month or something. Don't do that. You do not need to do anything paid. I do, because I do all the bells and whistles. I've been doing this a long time. I need to be able to embed and do all these different things for my apps. You guys don't need that crap. I made my business very successful. 100% free, except for that ridiculous eBay overhead cost. That was it. 100% free, except for my eBay overhead. And I was marketing and selling all over the place long before I turned off my eBay. And by the way, I don't even know if it's open now. I taken eBay out of as many links as I can possibly find. I am sure that there are still eBay links out there, but basically I closed it. Why? I don't need it. The product, I have $1 million worth of products that I will not be able to come up in eBay search, no matter what I do. And I know that. I'm not stupid. I'm not sticking my head in the sand. Now, I can put these things on other networks and a little bit of search engine, but you know what? Not really. Once a platform is tied up a product type, it doesn't matter which platform it is. Look how eBay avoids Amazon stuff like the plague, some of it. It's tied up. You're not going to come up. Don't compete with the big boys. So you know what I've done? I decided I'm going to get rid of all that theft and overhead costs, because I had huge thefts on eBay. It was a nightmare. I've got $1 million of investment. I am basically flushing. I'm going to sell it off in auctions. Now, I say that. Half of the merchandise I am going to make as lots and sell to other sellers, or ship off to Amazon with some of my Amazon seller friends and sell it off, make my money real quick. But eBay, I'm done with. All the inexpensive stuff that I would be in competition, and no one would even want it on Amazon either, the low-cost stuff. That's going to go off in yard sales, be donated to charities and everything over the next couple years. And that's where eBay has gone to. Now, I'm not saying eBay's bad. I'm saying with what I was doing, it won't work. Now, I will open an eBay store again when I feel like it, because it really doesn't matter. eBay has not been paying my bills for over 3 months. I've been losing money due to thefts and reduced sales. I will do that no longer. All of my big shop friends, even people that spoke at eBay Open a couple years ago, told me a year ago, Roger, you know you're supposed to close that eBay crap. You're going to lose your shirt. You're never going to sell any of that crap. And I said, I know it, but maybe I could just market it and go ahead and funnel people in. I did that and was successful. If it wasn't for the theft equation, I'd still be selling on eBay. Let me explain that real quick and then we'll get off here. Theft equation. I was selling 150 items a day minimum pretty much for a few years, and always about 50 to 100 for years and years and years. Every single day. 5 thefts a day, pretty much average through most of that. It was 3 for a while, then 5, and back to 2, and then up to 5. So it fluctuated each month. But in the last year, it went up by 700%. But my sales went from 150 sales a day to, the average I got it to after a little bit of drama was about 20, 25. But guess what? 5 of those sales every day were still the theft sales. No change in those. Search engine doesn't affect thieves because they're not using the search engine to find where to target. So now, how is a business that went from 150 sales a day, most of which were still coming from social media, but also in eBay search, most of them actually, probably, you saw the number there, just 1 in 10 from my own marketing. I managed to get that up a little bit. The thefts are always the same. There's no way I could run a business like that. I'd already invested all these products had just come in, all that money laid out. Half of them I haven't, well, not half. Quarter of the stuff is still in the cases from the factory. I haven't even bothered to open it. There's no need. I know what's in there. I know it will not sell. Haven't even opened it. Saving it in the box for someone who wants to ship it off to Amazon because I'm done with them too. I'm done wasting my money on platforms when all you do is funnel the traffic in to make the money yourself. Now, I am not telling you to get a website and ditch the platforms. Unless you are a professional and you have years of experience, you will lose your shirt. Even I may lose my shirt. Doubt it, because I'm booming, doing pretty good globally. But you really got to know your P's and Q's here, guys. Don't risk it unless you know what you're risking. So, social media is why, hey guys, social media, yeah, if you have questions, this is the time to ask, guys. That's kind of why I'm lollygagging in case I get a question. Social media is the power behind all businesses. Now, Google is the power behind product sales, but social media is the power behind your business. You see that? Do you understand there's a little difference? Hold on. I'm a little uncomfortable. You understand there's a little difference? Product sales are determined by Google. Why? Someone goes to Google, they search for it, it comes up, they buy it. Boom. That's how product sales are. Social media, Pinterest, can affect product sales. The rest of them affect product sales through content. Learn that. Ingrain that into your brain, because these people that go to Facebook groups and say, now I have these and there is some benefit, but it has to be done right. Let me explain the difference. I'm selling this on eBay. I go to a Facebook group. I'm going to post this item. Everyone share my item. I share theirs. Okay? Is there a specific order to follow when setting up social media resources for selling products? Yes. In my app, I show you exactly the order in which to set up your platforms. The process in which you share your content to draw them in is up to you. I'll lay it out for you a little bit better. How do we know what triggers to set in IFT, and how do we map this out? Okay, that's an easy question to answer. Just like you would do as if you were planning your business. If a customer comes to your store, what do you want them to do? You want them to buy your item. After they buy the item, what happens? It goes into your processing. After you pick the item out of your warehouse, it goes into shipping. After it gets shipped, it goes to the buyer. That's transport. After the buyer buys it, they give you bad feedback and try to get it for free. That's eBay. Oops, I got confused. After the buyer buys it, they leave you feedback. Thank you for sending me the item. Okay, you can tell I'm a little bitter. They can, but there's still opportunities on eBay, guys. Let me not downrate it too much. Then they fulfill the order. Those are the steps. Those are the steps in which the product goes out and it is processed. So their triggers are the exact same way. Think of it as a business plan. I've already laid out one trigger system for you. I have an item on eBay. I have an RSS feed to Pinterest. From Pinterest, it goes to another Pinterest until it's on all the boards I want it to be. Then after that, it goes to Twitter. Then after that, it goes somewhere else. Then after that, it goes somewhere else. Then it dead ends in one site. Make sure you dead end it at one site. That's how you set up IFTT triggers. Map it out with a chalkboard and a big drawing graph or post-it notes and string. Any strings cross, any strings end up in the same place where the same trigger can happen in two same places, change it. That's how it is. You just map it out as a system of patterns. It will give you a major headache. What is an RSS feed and how is it different from IFTTT? Well, IFTTT is an app that if something happens, something else happens. RSS feed is what the information that the website sends out when you put information up. I write a blog about this fidget spinner. I post it at keywebco.com. The RSS feed takes my blog and sends it to the computer. Think of it that way. I don't just let it send it to Google to be indexed. My triggers on IFTTT, if this happens and that, I control where my RSS feed appears and is shared from again. So I'm taking computer data that's sent out, and not only am I letting it send out to wherever picks it up, which is Google that indexes it, I'm saying, well, I don't want just Google to index it. I'm going to send this to Facebook, and then I'm going to send it to Twitter, and then I'm going to send it from Twitter and Instagram to Pinterest. And then guess what? It's going to end up back at some site on some app that I'm the biggest player on. Then someone's going to grab that item anywhere along that string and share it to their networks. Now, once you've got 100 people, and guys, I have 100 people, I'm more than that go to my paper LI. I've been doing that for years. I mean, 10 years almost. They go to my paper LI. They use my RSS feed from that one free paper that they get for free too. Now mine I pay for, but theirs is free. They get that one RSS feed that has the entire content of all of my triggers, of everything I produce, all the best content that I use to make a fortune on. Well, used to make a fortune, now I make okay living. Okay, so that's automatically created for them by my system every day. They feed it in their system and then they add their content to it. So as all that stuff that's already very relevant, like I said, I've got 100 sellers that every day randomly it pulls content from that one site. And I have plethoras in that site that there's not enough. I mean, it has every decent article that comes out in the next 24 hours. Every day, brand new, including all the content that I produce, including these videos and helpful apps and things I give away. Well, guess what? By using my RSS feed that I send out with IFTTT, otherwise I'd be doing this all day, which I do anyway, but by using that content, that automatic computer language feed, think of it that way, and directing its power where you want it. Once those patterns become ingrained, the computer knows every time something goes here, trigger, this thing bounces all over the place. Well, Keyweb company, Keywebco. That's exactly what I do. I'm Key Website Company. I make websites that are your key to the web. I am Keywebco, the key web company, the key web on the internet to catch everything. I have been building social media and businesses, even though they change. I've been building this for 10 years. When I post an item, even on eBay, Google automatically grabs and analyzes every single picture that I take. Half the time, the manufacturers get them as well. And it becomes the Google image. I've been doing this a very long time. That's the advantage of being ancient. So I don't have any trouble getting indexed. And I don't have any trouble also with reputation according to the computer's algorithm. No matter what eBay might say at one time or another, or uh, if you get something filed on PayPal or something, doesn't make any difference. Because on the social media aspect, the results, I come up at the top no matter what your ratings are. Because I come up at the top on the content I provide. It has nothing to do with the products I'm selling. I repeat that all the time. That RSS feed is the content I'm creating. You might think of it as a product I'm sharing. You do that on Pinterest. Let that share itself around. But the content that you put on Facebook, the content that you put on Instagram, the content that you put on Twitter, even in LinkedIn, if you want to go that way, that's the RSS feeds that draw the people in. When you make a cute little video about this is what do you think? This actually is hashtag Thankful Thursday. I think I put a post out that has a little flower vase, a little video going. It says, post in comments what you're thankful for. Now, if I wanted to market that, I just do it for volume. If I wanted to market that for a product, it'd be real easy. This is a bad example, but you'll get the idea. I'd say post what you're thankful for. The very first comment I'd put in there, I am thankful for FTD. Look at that lovely vase. I can get those a little cheaper. And put your link in. Now that's tacky. But it gives you an idea of what I'm talking about. It's the content that'll get that seen. That one little tacky link, because that's not what you would use, but that one little link that, like I suggested, in the content post where people are looking around, that'll get more clicks than any amount of Facebook sharing, share my item, I shared yours. Now let me explain how the share my item and I share yours works, and then we are out of here. If you belong to a group, my groups, I'm going to name my groups because the other groups are a waste of time mostly on this share stuff. Cost Group does a Pinterest share. Pinterest share groups, there's some value there because of the content. But Facebook, share my item, share yours, share my page, share yours. Unless they are engaging your page and making comments, and you are going back and looking them up and engaging their page and making comments, not do you any good whatsoever, except for the random person that might see it because it's on someone else's page. So what I mean by that, let me explain this a little further. In my groups, this is how it works. You go to the Solds Network group. It's hard to get in there. You go in there. You get approved. Fill out the questions. You don't answer the questions, you don't get in. Then this is what you do. You drop a link. Let's say you drop a link to your fidget spinner. You go in. You comment on a couple other links by sharing them and putting the link back until you're a long-term member, putting the link back to where you shared it on your page. You're putting your link back in their comments. So you have this fidget spinner, you share it from Facebook. Let's say you put it on a Pinterest board. You grab the link from your Pinterest board, you go back to the group, and you comment with the link to the Pinterest board it's on. Do that for a couple of them. Okay. Then the member gets the notification. No, we're not done yet. The member gets the notification, not me. Member gets notification. They will go to where you shared it on your page and you put the link on, and they'll comment on their own product. Guess what? You just marketed yourself, because guess what? After that other member shared it, it's not their product anymore. It's your link. Happens to lead to their product. Facebook loves that crap. And you will come up very well in search, and you will actually have engagement numbers on not only the group is irrelevant, it's where these things end up that matter. So not only the group will get a little engagement, the page that the member shared it to will get engagement, and both of you have commented there. Okay? Everyone does that. That's what the members do. Then here I come, the powerhouse. I go in every so often, once a week, twice a week, whenever I get around to it, and I grab everything and put it into my feed system. Then you really get the views over months. All over. Every network there is. even places you never heard of. That works. Then, after I hit it, all of my groups have a business page. It's called the Souls Network. Hey, Souls Network, there's a Souls Network group and Souls Network Shopping. That's the business page. Everyone then says, oh, Roger shared us to the business page. So every single post that I shared from all the members, including my stuff that's already sitting on the business page, you don't even have to mess with my stuff in group. You go to the business page and mess with it. You pop over to the Souls Network shopping group, and you just simply just go down the page and engage all the stuff. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Oh, here, check this out. I found this online. Grab another member's thing that's similar. You know what happens to your sales then, guys? On not only Google, but guess what? Facebook does. Ooh, we like this. This group has engagement. And not in the group because they don't care about your group. They want it engaged on the business pages where people are actually looking, which is actually appearing in feed. All right, I hope that was all useful and entertaining for you tonight. All right, guys, this is how we're going to end the show today. I am going to run the final credits. After I run the final credits, I am going to play, let's see, what am I going to play for you guys? I think I'll play my top 5 business books. So after the credit, there won't be any chat or any of that. I'm going to have a little top 5 video play just for the enjoyment of doing it. I like making these top 5s. And actually, I am going to do a show midweek sometime. I don't know when. I'm just going to pop in and do it. And it's going to be top 5 games chat. Nobody talking, just a chat window, a little video box that's going to have a little spiel, just like the top 5 book thing that I'm going to show you here in a moment. And then you can just go in and talk about whatever you want on videos. And I'm just going to let that stream for a couple hours, just sometime during the week. Up, live stream, poof. People can write whatever they want. It's a test. I think that's going to be fun. And who knows, I might get more engagement than my show. By the way, I'm going to end this here pretty quickly. We're going to go back to the live scene. This is how we're going to end every show. We go back to the live scene. Now, if you have any questions, make sure that you contact me, or you can even contact, hey, my VA made it in there. How you doing? Yeah, it's the VA in the Philippines. It's kind of early for you in the morning. But this is how we end each show. We're going to go in here and we're going to talk just a few minutes about the things that we have to offer. The links did not disappear, so those are still visible everywhere. Make sure that you go to keywebco.com. I want you to join my affiliate program. It doesn't cost any money. We've been talking about social media. The easiest way to make money and not spend anything and do anything whatsoever except post all day long, go find a business like mine that offers everything under the planet. Pretty good reputation, keywebco.com. Look for an affiliate link available from either that platform or seller. Guys, I'm going to be a platform before I'm done. Already I'm global and doing well. So find an affiliate store that you feel comfortable with and grab their free affiliate link. If anyone charges you to become an affiliate, tell them to go to HELL and don't be bothered, because no one can guarantee you're going to make a single dime. What I can guarantee you is you will have all the products you could ever want to fill a website. That if you have a medium value product, you can grab the cheap one that you don't want to carry, and you can buy the ridiculously insane one that you don't want to carry. You can grab those affiliate links from my store. You can offer the cheap one. If they buy it, who cares? You can offer the expensive one. If they buy it, hey, you make your 5% and 5% at the end of the month. You might actually make some money. I got items that are $27,000. So you got your high end and you got your low end. You don't want to mess with carrying that crap. The item you're trying to sell is that one in the middle. Now, how many more people are going to purchase if they can look at your item and see something next to it cheap and junk they don't want, and something really fantastic that is just way beyond their budget? Boy, your medium price item sure looks better then. Might get you a few more clicks. Either way, someone clicks my item, you get a little pay. If they don't, you might get more clicks on yours. That's how affiliate marketing works on a website. To make money on affiliate marketing by itself, and you can join the Keywebco program and do it, it's so easy. You go to my store, you grab a link. Doesn't matter what link it is. You pick a Pinterest board, which you name, which I'm answering that question. You name the Pinterest board after what you want people to come look for it for. So you pick a Pinterest board like awesome women's clothes, office blouses for women. So you grab an office blouse. Oh, okay. 8:30, 9. Oh, it's late over there. Of course, it's going to be raining. It's rainy season. So you pick an office blouse. You go out of keywebco.com, grab the link. On the other browser, on the other tab, you've already opened up your affiliate website, which is built right into my store. You don't have it to do anything. You drop the link in the tools. It makes you a new link that has your code embedded in it. You copy the new link and you share that to Pinterest, or Pinterest is passive. It's just a product. If it's a search, you can do that too. You can even put that in blogs and whatnot. If anyone happens to follow that link into my store, anything that they buy, you get 5% from the computer, and then you get a 5% bonus at the end of the month. Unless you sold only 99-cent items, you only get 5%. In other words, if it's super duper cheap, you're only going to get pennies. But if you sell anything over about $20, you're going to get your 20%. So, or 10%. So that's how it all works. That's how you make affiliate link money. Matter of fact, my VA in here, Ed, he gets paid to use Tailwind. That is your best tool if you're affiliate marketing and if you're using Pinterest. Use Tailwind. You can pre-schedule all of your stuff at once. So basically, he can go open up my Keywebco store, grab every single link for a particular product type. I would do them all the same in one day and just stagger it in the schedule. Women's office blouse. So he looks up women's office blouse in my store. He copies all of those links into affiliate links. Every one of those affiliate links, he just sends over to send into my scheduler. Anything that he's being paid to market using Tailwind, he gets 5%, 5% at the end of the month. Hey, that's a double duty. Get paid to put it on Tailwind. Then if it sells, and he brings in 200 people at least a day from Pinterest, any of those people that buy from Pinterest, from my links that he put in there, he gets paid. So you can do the exact same thing. You could just grab a few things of mine every so often, put the little affiliate link in, mix them into your boards. Any of them make money, you get paid. That is the easiest way to make money and do absolutely nothing but share things all day long. Very little money because you can't guarantee that it'll sell. But let me put it this way. I have $27,000 items in my store. I've got $2,000. I've got $500 items. How many of those do you actually have to sell when all you did was share some links around to make a profit? Doesn't matter if you sell a few. If you're using these links to augment your sites, like let's say you go to keywebco.com, guys, I add wild stuff. When I search for products, my first search words are unique, unusual, strange, odd. That's what I search for first. Now you'll see all the basic stuff, but I am all the last 3,000 items that I'm adding to my store. I'm going to have 10,000, but the last 3,000 are all going to be the most unusual things I can find on the planet. I don't care what the prices are, where they are. I'm looking for unusual. That's what's going to draw people in. People like that. So let's say you sell women's shoes. Go look at some of the women's shoes I've just recently added. Some of them are wild crazy. So you sell women's shoes. You want people to notice that you have women's shoes. You don't have, oh, I don't know, I'm just making up something. You don't have alligator, peacock, sterling silver stiletto heels that you carry in your store. I might. Someone is going to click on that to see what those wild shoes are. When they click on it, you've got a little affiliate link somewhere buried down on your page. It goes to my store so they can buy that. But what you're putting in their face while they're looking for that wild pair of shoes is your men's shoes, your women's shoes, your kids' shoes, shoes from another company affiliate link. Bing. Then you drop the shoes that everyone was looking for. And that is your site. That's it. All that can lead to eBay, Amazon, wherever the heck you want it. That's how to use websites and microsites in social media to really make money. it's going to come up more relevant in social media because there's more value. I didn't just take a single item and share it around, a picture of a link to eBay. I took a picture of a link to eBay and a blog about it and a podcast about it and who knows, and a YouTube about it and a customer review from my store and published it in there. That's what comes up in search. Social media values things just like Google. It's a little different, but it's essentially the same as Google search. Everything's built on Google search anyway. Alrighty, guys. Well, that's my live scene. That's the end of the show today. I have no clue what I'm talking about next week. I think it might be logos or I don't know, but there's a list at Helpful Tips on Facebook that is a public group. If you want to be part of the private group and get a free website, by the way, you know those ones I charge $225 for? All you got to do is join eCom Tips Podcast and subscribe for $5 a month. You get into the Helpful Tips exclusive chat. It is not directly linked to the group. It is private, off on its own. The only way you get in there or even look at it is if you subscribe to the eCom Tips podcast. The other way you can join is join the Patreon site that you can find on one of my many sites and subscribe to it to $5 a month. Send me a message. We'll send you an invite. You get in with the best of the best, and you will get the answers you need without having all the drama and having to look things up and all. You just come in there, you ask me, I'll show you what you need. I help you do everything. You get a free website. You also get the attention of some really awesome people. Alrighty, guys, I hope you enjoyed listening to my rattle on and on and on our Thursday show tonight. I'm going to play those credits, and then after the credits, like I said, we're going to have a little book thing that's going to play for a few minutes. But let's get those credits done, and I will see you here on Tuesday at 7 Central Time next week.
Top 5 books for business. These are the books that I have found most influential in running and growing my business. Keywebco.com. Number 5. The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Written in the 6th century BC, Sun Tzu's The Art of War is still used as a book of military strategy today. Napoleon, Mao Zedong, General Vo Wenjiap and General Douglas MacArthur all claim to have drawn inspiration from it. And beyond the world of war, business and management gurus have also applied Sun Tzu's ideas to office politics and corporate strategy. Number 4. Business Adventures by John Brooks. What did the $350 million Ford Motor Company disaster known as the Edsel, the fast and incredible rise of Xerox, and the unbelievable scandals at General Electric and Texas Gulf Sulphur have in common? Each is an example of how an iconic company was defined by a particular moment of fame or notoriety. These notable and fascinating accounts are as relevant today to understanding the intricacies of corporate life as they were when the events happened. Note, Bill Gates wrote in his blog, Gaddis Notes, Gates writes that more than 4 decades after it was first published, Business Adventures remains the best business book he's ever read. Number 3. The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. The greatest investment advisor of the 20th century, Benjamin Graham, taught and inspired people worldwide. Graham's philosophy of value investing, which shields investors from substantial error and teaches them to develop long-term strategies, has made The Intelligent Investor the stock market Bible ever since its original publication in 1949. Note, Warren Buffett refers to The Intelligent Investor as the best book on investing ever written. Number 2. The Innovator's Dilemma, the revolutionary book that will change the way you do business by Clayton M. Christensen. Offering both successes and failures from leading companies as a guide, The Innovator's Dilemma gives you a set of rules for capitalizing on the phenomenon of disruptive innovation. Note, Steve Jobs used this book as an explanation for one reason Apple needed to embrace cloud computing and is frequently associated with both Jobs and Jeff Bezos. Number 1. The Outsiders, 8 Unconventional CEOs and Their Radically Rational Blueprint for Success by William N. Thorndike. What makes a successful CEO? Most people call to mind a familiar definition: a seasoned manager with deep industry expertise. Others might point to the qualities of today's so-called celebrity CEOs: charisma, virtuoso communication skills, and a confident management style. But what really matters when you run an organization? What is the hallmark of exceptional CEO performance? Quite simply, it is the returns for the shareholders of that company over the long term. Note: The Outsiders was #1 on Warren Buffett's recommended reading list in the Berkshire Hathaway Annual Shareholder Letter. Top 5 books for business. These are the books that I
Alrighty, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I like those little top 5 videos. Thanks for popping in tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. I look forward to seeing everyone on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time and Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time every week on the Keywebco YouTube channel. Of course, we stream everywhere, but that's where I need you on Tuesday and Thursday. Have a wonderful night, guys, and I will talk to everyone again soon.